Hey, this is Mike from South Spring Disc Golf. First off, I want to wish you a Happy New Year as we look forward into 2025. I want to talk about a couple things today. First off, I want to talk about kind of a year in review. Secondly, I want to talk about some changes that are upcoming on the course. Third, how you can be involved in some of those changes, and in general, just as you're playing out here. So as far as year in review, not a lot of new things have happened out on the course, primarily because a lot of the spring and summer storms kind of tore things up out here, and I've spent a lot of chainsaw time out here taking down some of the big trees that have been blown down. There's a big one up on number 12 up by the basket. There's one that was over on between number 4 and 5, kind of over 4's basket, that there's still some that needs to be taken down there, but there's just been a lot of heavy work that's been done just to keep things safe and cleaned up. In addition to that, there have been some things that have pulled me away from the course that it's unfortunate, but that's how life is sometimes. Anyways, for the new year, I thought I'd talk about a couple things that we're thinking about. First off, one thing that we learned from UDisc is that the most commonly played configuration are the whites. It kind of makes sense. There's a lot of intermediate players in town that come out, and that's probably the least punishing. Blue and gold can be pretty tough, and when you're trying to race in and get a couple holes in, or maybe a full round in before it gets dark, it's kind of tough to get that done on a blue or a gold. Anyways, because white is the most played, that's going to be our focus, is making sure that all of the white tees are as safe and well kept as possible. There's a couple that are really bad, like white 13 and white 16 in particular are in desperate need of some retaining walls. But then once we get those done, we're looking at kind of the next things that we need to hit. Reds are also played a lot, so we're going to kind of analyze that. But I also want to do something to kind of draw in some of the more advanced players. And that involves making some changes. As long as we're putting in tee boxes around some of the blue tees, we may as well look and see if we could reconfigure those tees, maybe move them a little bit to make that hole better. Less of a tweener hole, or maybe a more interesting line, or maybe it's just different than the other 3 tees, so you get maybe a different look at the basket. And the first target that I'm going to talk about today is hole number 4. As you know, number 4 usually it's like a putter or a mid shot where you throw and you get up to a collection area up around the red tee, and then you take another shot from there up through the tall trees right in kind of in the middle of the fairway, 2/3 of the way up, and finish down towards the basket. So that's just not a really challenging shot for most advanced players that are playing that hole. So what I'm looking at doing is moving that tee pad back away from that, kind of across the path that you used to get to it. So back probably 50 feet or so. So it might be more of a mid or even a fairway to try and get to that collection area again. And I think that'll make that hole a much better shot. So those are the type of things that we're looking at. I'm looking at some other things, maybe up on hole number 14, making a change up there, and possibly even 16. We'll see. That's kind of a ways off. But today, the big thing I want to talk about is that, or the first thing that's going to happen on that is going to be that hole number 4 probably. So other than that, we still have some trees to clean up. There is a lot of brush down, so we're looking at doing some bonfires probably in February. Take a look at the kiosk when you come out here and play, or check out the South Spring Facebook page, and you can learn more about what's going on and figure out how you can maybe participate in those. And many hands make light work, as they say. And as far as mini hands go, there's a couple other things that you can do to make sure that everyone has a great experience out here. Number one, if you bring in anything, cans, cigarette butts, any kind of paper stuff, food stuff, make sure that all of that waste makes it into the garbage cans. There's one on every other hole, so there's really no excuse. If you can carry it all the way from your car to hole number 12, you can certainly carry it one more hole and get it into the garbage can. So number two is just when you're out and about on the course, maybe you have a spare one of those plastic Walmart bags or two, carry those in your bag, and then you can use one as a glove and another one. If you see a can down, just pick it up and then carry that to the next hole and dump that out. You know, my goal is to have no cans or cigarette butts or anything that isn't nature on the course. We have enough challenge just trying to keep up with nature without people putting junk out here. The last thing that you can do is if you're just playing a casual round, if you see a branch down on the ground, pick it up and drag it off into the woods, off to where the leaves are deep, maybe 30 feet off the side of the fairway so it doesn't impact anyone else's game. And if everyone just did that, the course would be in such better shape. Even if something big falls down, a big branch or something, the oaks are dropping a lot of big branches right now. A couple of people could just grab it and drag it off to the side. That will really help make things look good. I do want to point out that if you're playing a sanctioned tournament or really any kind of a tournament, you really shouldn't be doing that during those tournaments, because that branch that you just avoided, the guy behind you might not avoid it and get into it. Really the course, however it is configured or whatever's on the ground, needs to be the same for all the players. So it kind of makes sense, but I just wanted to point that out. So those are the main things that you can do. One other thing quickly, if you see anyone climbing trees or bending over trees or things like that, basically damaging the course or messing with the baskets. It's crazy some of the stuff people do out here. If you can, talk to them about it. If you don't feel comfortable talking to them about it, take a picture of them with your phone. You know, you can do that covertly if you want, and send it to me either at the text that's on most of the tee signs, or discgolf@southspring.org, or post it out to me on Facebook. Probably not the best idea there. Or send me a Facebook Messenger message. You could do that as well, because we want to make sure that people are respecting the course, so everyone has an opportunity to enjoy it without people saying, well, I don't like this tree, so I'm going to go climb it and bend it over and kill it. That happens a lot out here, and there's no need for it. So I wanted to talk quick about our hole of the day. This is hole number 11. I'm standing on the red box, and most of you probably know by now that it moved from down there. This used to be the white box, but it was really too short for a white box. And really everybody wanted to play the blue box anyways. So that's a change that we made. Red got moved up here, white got moved up to where blue was. Blue has a brand new box, kind of a little further past the white box, that has a double mando down the hill, kind of top of the world shot, which is pretty cool. And really, I think this is maybe one of our prettiest holes, just because it has such a variety. Way up on the top of the hill there is the gold box, and it's a really challenging shot, maybe even too challenging. So that is one of the other things that I'm going to do probably this spring. Is you see that big tree that's up there, probably about halfway between here and the tee. A lot of that, the scrawny little trees that are to the right of that, and beyond it to the right, are going to be cleared out. So that big tree will be right in the middle of the fairway. And but you'll have plenty of room on either side to get through that tunnel and get down here. Because right now it's a tough enough shot that the smart play is to probably try and lay it up here someplace and then get down to the basket for your kind of easy three. For at least for the people that are playing the gold, to throw from this red box down to the basket is 2 shots just about every time. So anyways, I just wanted each time we do a video kind of feature a different hole out here. So that is hole number 11, gold. So finally, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to reach out to the South Spring Church and to me if you have if you want to talk about disc golf stuff or changes you'd like to see happen on the course, or like I mentioned before, any safety concerns or people that are tearing up the course or things like that, or if you just, you know, life is tough and we are all dealing with things all the time. That's kind of that's how things go. And if you ever feel that you need someone to talk to, I'm there for you, as is the church staff, and all you have to do is reach out to us. So here's a couple of ways to do that. First off, if you want to do it anonymously, you can always send us a text. The number is 903-884-4111. You can send a text message. We don't know your cell phone number, so that's going to be anonymous. Great way to reach out to us. Plus, you have it in your phone in your hand while you're playing, so it's super easy. You can also send off an email to discgolf@southspring.org or to info@southspring.org, and you can tell us what's going on, or if you want to talk to the pastoral staff about anything, we're totally there for you. You can also find us on facebook.com/southspringdiscgolf, and you can always just comment on the YouTube video. We love to hear from you about your experience. Love great reviews out on UDisc. We're one of the top rated courses really in the state because so many people love playing out here, and we appreciate all the comments, whether they're constructive criticism or just praises for how much people enjoy playing out here. We put this course in for the East Texas area so that they can just get out here and enjoy nature. And we're thrilled to come out on a Saturday morning and see a few dozen cars out here with people playing. So we appreciate you coming out and spending time on our property. So that's about it for today. I just hope that you guys have a great January, and hopefully we will be doing more of these videos in the future.